I'm just figuring out if people are camera crews ready or not, because they're still both.
Damn, does he turn?
Easy. I'm ready. Yeah, might as well. Whenever you're ready to start. Second has a little
Nathan, move. Nathan, move! Get off my shot!
I am moving. I was in the process of moving. He hasn't started yet.
Alright. Hello, Game Deviants, and welcome to the MGDC Portfolio Workshop. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dollente Evans, and I'm one of the co-presidents of MGDC. Hello, Nathan. And well, today we're going to be talking about what portfolios are, what they're about, why they matter, and more importantly, how to build one. Whether you're a programmer, artist, designer, musician, writer, or just getting started in game development, having a strong portfolio is one of the best ways to demonstrate your skills and show people what you are capable of. Throughout this workshop, I'll be sharing some best practices, common mistakes to avoid, and tips that I've gathered from industry professionals, recruiters, and some of my own experiences. By the end, my goal is for you to have a much clearer idea of not only what should go in your portfolio, but why it belongs there. And don't worry, there will be a quiz at the end. It's not multiple choice, it's a long answer. All right, this is just the agenda, kind of how we're going to go through things. And, well, before we get started, there are a couple things I wanted to say. Just hold all questions till the end. I'll try my best to answer them after the presentations. So if you think you're going to forget it, write it down. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, because this isn't, well, I'm not telling you exactly how to do things, but I'm just kind of trying to guide you on what you could do. Let us begin. Now, what is a portfolio and why might it matter? A portfolio is more than just a collection of projects. It's evidence of your skills, your growth, and, well, your ability to solve real-world problems. And a lot of people think portfolio is simply a place that you can just dump all their projects. It isn't. It should demonstrate your skills, your growth over time, and the ability to solve problems, because anyone can just say that they're good at programming, art, or design, but the portfolio will give you that proof that you actually can do it. Now, what exactly makes a good portfolio? A good portfolio should clearly demonstrate four things. One, what skills you have, how you improve or have improved over time, what your contributions were to projects, and what impacts you had on those projects. Notice how I didn't say how pretty those projects were, or even the website. Hiring managers want to know actually what you did, because if it was a team project, what was your role? What problems did you solve, and what did you learn? What even changed because of your work? Good portfolios are always easy to use, so keep them clean, professional, and simple to navigate. Try not to hide complicated information behind your menus or fancy animations, because even though things might look impressive, they can make it harder to understand your work and hurt your portfolio rather than helping you. So, why might they matter? Well, hiring managers are often busy, so they can be often reviewing dozens or even hundreds of portfolios and applications at a time. So they don't exactly have 10 minutes or longer to go through everything. So usually within the first few seconds of your portfolio, you want to be able to answer who you are, what role are you trying to achieve, what have you built, and what problems are you able to solve. If you're able to answer with your portfolio these questions, it'll make it a lot easier for you to find a job and for the hiring managers to actually, make it a lot easier for their job a lot easier. because this is ultimately what your portfolio is trying to accomplish. Well, when it comes to making portfolios, what options might you have? There are a lot. There are even more than what I've listed here. The website is nowadays typically the most common of them all, but it's not the only option. Depending on your field, you might use a PDF, a PowerPoint, you might use something like GitHub or just Google Drive. Some people just carry everything on a USB drive and show it off when they can. Because there isn't universally one correct format. What matters is that the format you choose makes your work easy to access and to understand. So, since there's so many here, today we'll just keep it simple. We'll focus on the humble website portfolio. When making a portfolio, it's best to create it to show the role or roles you want to become. While it's great to have multiple skills, and recruiters are usually hiring for one or two specific roles, your portfolio should make it obvious what roles you're aiming for. And once you've decided on that role, make sure your portfolio and any other pages like a CV, resumes, LinkedIn's, or what other portfolio pages and stuff that you have all match for that specific role. Because consistency does build a stronger brand. Now, speaking of personal branding, once you've chosen that role, whether it's a programmer, an artist, designer, musician, this is where the fun part actually happens. This is where you get to add your personal touch to that portfolio. And by branding, I don't mean creating a logo or a fancy color scheme. I mean being consistent with who you are, what you do, and what you're trying to become. When someone visits multiple places online, they should be immediately be able to recognize that all of those places are talking about the same person. Because if your resume says game programmer, then your portfolio shouldn't showcase UI art and concept art and all these other things that aren't related to programming. Now, when it comes to structures, this is a basic one. You've got your home page or landing page, which shows who you are, what roles you're aiming for, and has clear navigation to the other pages. Your About Me page or bio, which has your personality and displays things like what games you like, what your hobbies are, just trying to tell people who you are outside of that portfolio. Then the big meat and potatoes, the project page. This is where you show all your projects, both the finished ones and your in progress ones. Obviously stating that projects that are in progress up to a certain point, you don't want to have too many of them. And with many portfolios, it's a good idea to have a main page for all of them and then further pages for each project itself so you can go into further detail. And then having a contacts page for people to have easy access to reaching out to you. All right, let's get into these pages now. So, the home page. When visitors reach this page, they should be able to know who you are within a few seconds. They should see who you are, what role you're aiming for, and this is also where you should show your best work. Your strongest work should always be front and center on this page, because you don't want people to search for things. As little as possible searching is best. With the About page, this is where your personality will come through. Remember, companies aren't trying to hire your portfolio, they're hiring you. Now, here you could talk about what kind of games you enjoy, what inspires you, what kind of developer you're working towards. Do not write an autobiography. That is not what this page is. The goal of this page is to simply help people understand who they'll be working with, because a little personality does go a long way. Now, the project page is the heart of your portfolio. I would generally recommend around 2 to 5 strong projects rather than about 10 average ones. Although for people like musicians, you might need a little bit more than that. Because quality is always more important than quantity. But that doesn't mean only showing finished projects or products. And it is a good idea to show around 1 or 2 projects that you are currently working on. With that being said, again, every project does deserve its own page, and don't just upload screenshots and call it finished. Explain the project, explain your role, the challenges you faced, decisions you made, feedbacks and things that changed, what you even learned from the project. Because studios aren't hiring the final product or your portfolio, they're hiring you. The person who actually made all the decisions and made the project. Showing your thinking is often more valuable than showing the finished game itself. There's a list of a couple things that you could use to show on your projects. While not all of them are necessarily needed, and you might only need a couple things, it's good just to include as much as you can. And then the context page, I would recommend having at least an email or some way that they can just contact you outside of the portfolio or whatever, but you could also include something like a LinkedIn, an Instagram page, GitHub, phone number. This is a great place to put your resume on the portfolio. And when you're making pages like these that have links, make sure before you publish the page and your portfolio that the links actually work. Because it's very common for links like LinkedIn links or other external links to not actually work or to send you to the wrong place. They are very common, surprisingly. Now, a couple tips for websites. There's just a couple things I want to say. Like, for one, you all probably know your first job probably won't be your dream job. It might, because who knows, you might want to be a part of a small studio or a large one. It doesn't really matter, but experience is experience. And small studios can teach you just as much as a large studio can. And all you really need to do is get your foot in the door, because that'll open up a lot of opportunities for you. Secondly, you guys are all in university. Use them. Put them on your portfolio. Finish them outside of classes. Work on them. Expand them more. And then when you put them on your portfolio, don't label them as a university project. Say that they're a professional project instead. It'll help make them look better. Because instead of presenting them as just coursework, it does help. Finally, well, passion isn't enough. Everyone has passion. Everyone in this industry or who's trying to break in will have it. So a portfolio that has proof will help the studio show who you are, what you can achieve, and, well, why you're worth interviewing or even hiring. And best practice, keep things simple. Show the skills that you might have with each project, what you're thinking, what you're learning, and the impact you had on them. Don't just show finished games, and always be open for feedback. Let people ask questions, because sometimes a small suggestion from someone else can make a huge difference in how your work is presented. And your portfolio will never be finished. You will be working on it forever, all the way up until you probably retire, even if you go even further beyond. Now, over this very short presentation, I've said show your impact a couple times. Now, what I mean by that actually is sometimes it's not enough to simply list what you worked on. Anyone can say, I programmed the inventory system, or I made the character art, or I wrote this song in this game. Instead, ask yourself, what changed because of your work? Think about questions like, what features did you build or implement? What systems did you improve? What problems did you solve? What changed because of your work? And why did you make those changes? Hiring managers don't just want to know what you made, they want to understand why your work mattered. For example, instead of saying, I created the save system explain something like, I implemented a save system that reduced player frustration by allowing progress to be saved at any time instead of at a checkpoint. And even if you don't have statistics or exact numbers, explaining the reasoning behind your decision shows your thought process and can demonstrate that you're solving real problems, not just completing tasks. Now, one of the easiest ways to show impact is by using the simple frameworks like the XYZ or BRM formula, where you show what you achieved, how you achieved it, all these different things. Like, for example, I reduced the enemy pathfinding bugs by 40% by redesigning the navigation system, or or I improved player onboarding by redesigning the tutorial based on playtesting testing feedback. Because instead of being I made the UI, you explain what you did, what changed, and how you achieved it. Now, common mistakes. There are a lot. I don't know if it's readable. Does everyone want me to read it out? Or?
Yes, please.
Yes? Okay. So these are some of the common mistakes typically seen in student and junior portfolios that for people who try to enter the industry. Showing only screenshots without any explanations. Writing huge paragraphs nobody's going to read. Nobody's going to read like hundreds of lines of writing. That maybe a couple paragraphs, they should, sure. But too long, nobody's going to want to read it. Because nobody has time to do that, right? Including too many projects instead of focusing on your best work. Obvious, good projects rather than too many. Forgetting to explain your own contributions in team projects, having broken links, trying to impress people with flashy animations instead of making the portfolio easy to use. Sure, some flashy animations, some fancy text, whatever, does spice up your portfolio a little bit and add a little bit of style, but too much of it can ruin the portfolio. And then another thing is with some hiring and some companies being too general, like just saying game developer instead of targeting a specific role, like a level designer or musician or character artist or whatever. And then finally, don't only show your finished projects. Studios often want you to understand your process, how you solve problems, how you're responding to your feedback you get, and how you're getting the feedback, how everything improves over time. These are the things that kind of separate the portfolio from a gallery, how they will set your portfolio away from a gallery of screenshots. So, when it comes to making a portfolio, website portfolio, what might you be able to use? You could use a website builder like Card, WordPress, Wix, Squarespace. You could use Figma. There are lots of options there. You could even use, if you really wanted to, you could even code it yourself. You could use code editors like VS Code, Notepad++, or whatever other thing you could find, and then you could use something like GitHub to host the server. There's lots of options. I could not list all of them here, even if I wanted to. Now, we'll just go through a couple examples, kind of show you how some portfolios might look. So this is one of Tori's amazing websites. Woo!
Hi.
So, coming to the page, you can immediately tell who they are, what they do, all these things, right? You've got their name, their role, a little bit on their backgrounds. Nice easy scroll, a couple screenshots and showcases, and if I click on these, it'll go in and it'll have a separate page for this and show all the details. Ooh, good job. A link. I'm not going to play it here, but a playable link. More screenshot. Like This is the first time I've gone through this site. This is cool.
What's up?
I just added the link because it said to. So, but it's something. It's just showing your work, showing why you made it, how you made it, all these things, and giving the viewer many different ways to view these things. Here's the other one. This is Card, one of the website builders you could use. Show this one. Showing it off, what the project is, a couple screenshots. Just some basic details to kind of display what the project is. Then this is the former ex-president Ryan's new website. What? Yeah, before he retired. This is his newest website that he's making. He coded this one himself, I believe with VS Code. I might be wrong, but he used GitHub to host the server, where he's kind of showing a little bit on who he is, or what he does at least. He's got a quick way to learn about him and how to get in contact. He's got external links so you can view other pages. Scrolling down, you'll be able to see a couple of his projects, some of the stuff he knows how to use. Then you can go into But if we go to his old one, this one was with WordPress, which is another website builder. This one I think is actually a little bit more, less stylish, but better working. Where you can go, he's got an about page where he just says who he is and a little bit about him, all these things. He has blogs, a blog page, which is another page you can add to your portfolio. You don't have to just stick to the home page about me, projects and contacts. You can add a blog or a gallery or whatever else just for screenshots. And then here's another one that I coded myself, where you're explaining who you are, what your role is, a couple things about you, just kind of allowing the person to see who you are. Projects. And then for projects, showing off a couple projects where you might show the project name and a cover art for it, about something a little bit about the project, what your role was, what your impact, all these things, and then being able to go in and on a larger page show things off. There are a couple more pages. I'll post the links a bit later, just so that you can go through it on your own time and kind of explore. Because there's a couple links here that just show off some really, really nice portfolios that do it very well. I recommend looking at this one here. The Chris's here. It's very well designed. Aiden, did you want to go through this one? Or do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. So Aiden has asked me to go through a music portfolio here. So you got like a home blog page, kind of just showing updates and projects as you would work on them. A little bio, which again, another way you could word the about page, which just tells you who you are, a little bit about you. Then some projects. Oh. Okay. Right, listing off what the projects are, maybe even a sample, stuff like that. People they've worked with, and a nice little way to contact them, showing external links like their Twitter, their YouTube, way that you can contact them through email, basic things. How many of you want to make a portfolio or start trying to? I don't see very many hands here, so. Okay. So, I guess, was that too quick?
keep going.
Was that too
Already
quick?
a lot of questions.
Yeah, we could do questions first. Let's do questions first.
All right, so you're someone who's super like multidisciplinary. You have a lot of skills in various areas. If you were to if you were to apply for a role, would you maybe tailor or even specialize your portfolio website based on that? I'd imagine that'd be useful.
Yeah, for me, I've made this portfolio. I made it really quickly, so there's lots of partially filled in or not fully filled in things because I want you to see what you should. I want you to try and figure out what you should do and what you shouldn't, at least for now until I'm done figuring it out. But it's like, for me, one of the things I would recommend is if you have things like, you see how I have games, films, photography, whatever else, right? This is a very general portfolio. While you can have one, some people might not recommend it because the interviewer or hiring people might get distracted or lost by other projects that aren't necessarily related to your thing.
Would it necessarily be like a negative? So if you were applying for a junior programming position and you had a lot of art on your page, would that kind of take away from it, or would that?
Sometimes it depends, because in some cases, being able to have art as well, if you have really strong programming projects, having some art might help, right? Like for me, for example, what I did here is I have listed out a bunch of filters. So if I were to send this off to a company, I could tell them to go into here, and they could click on this and be able to see their specific related projects. Or I might tell them this is what the projects are. You could also filter out projects and have more than one. So you're never limited to one project, one portfolio.
So what I'm getting at, it's not a turn off as long as you lead them in the right direction,
Yeah.
and where all that stuff is immediately present.
As long as it's clear, clean enough that people can figure out what they need to look at, what they shouldn't touch, whatever else. As long as they can get the information they need, you should be fine to be able to have more than one.
Okay.
Although I would recommend don't go out and just put everything on one portfolio. Maybe make a portfolio for your game development, and then if you do film or streaming or something, you want a portfolio for that, make a different one for that, right? Because you can always your portfolio can always be a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel, or
like your entire portfolio.
You could make you could set up a portfolio that is right because it shows what you've done, right? And
okay. Yeah, and I guess I have one more question, if that's okay, if we have time. So
I think we have plenty of time.
When it comes to making a portfolio and kind of just expressing your skills and your brand, right?
Yeah.
Is it better to be different or to conform? Like using what I mean by that is like a lot of different what's it called, like portfolios that you demonstrate to us seem like they're formulaic, as in they look like they're from a template, and then some that look pretty cool, like Victoria's, for example.
Be different enough that they can see your personality, but not too different that they'll get lost and won't be able to find any information.
So the key point is functionality. You got to make sure it's just a functional piece of
clean, simple, as long as it functions properly and can get the point across that you're trying to get across, you should be good. There are many templates you can follow, but always throw your own spin on it. There are obviously industry standards of what you should and shouldn't do, but you don't have to follow everything exactly.
Okay, sounds good.
Because if everyone's portfolio looked the same, do you see the?
Yeah, that's very 100%.
Any other questions? No? No questions?
Quiz time.
All right, quiz time.
Oh.
Is that going to be a curve?
No.
The quiz is actually an assignment.
For real?
Of the exercise.
You will be graded. Well, how many of you would rather do a website on something like on a free website builder, like something like Wix or Card or whatever? Okay, and how many of you would rather code one yourself?
Hell yeah. I think it'd be fun.
Okay. Well, I will, to those of you who want to code one, I have this book you can come read. I will give you all a link as well for
Could you
the
show that
digital
to the
version of
camera,
that.
maybe?
What?
Can you show that to the camera? Maybe actually.
Yeah, where?
2 seconds.
Which one? There's like 3 cameras. I have looked.
Alright, that's it, sorry.
Okay. It's got the basics on how to code in something like HTML or CSS. Although I will also give you some of the basics for what you need for that. Well, and I will also run through how you could probably do the website builders. But when coming with a portfolio, first thing you should do, figure out what role do you want. Do you want a programming role? Are you a QA tester? Are you a designer? If so, what kind of designer? Are you a musician? Or do you have a different role? I would recommend probably pick one right now, just to keep it simple, but if you wanted to do more, go ahead. And then once you've got your role, plan out your sitemap. How do you want the layout of your website to work? I don't want to erase that. It's too good. So you might have something like this, where you'll have a home page, your about page, and projects. Where each of the squares here on your sitemap is the pages themselves, and then how you might be able to reach to them. And then if you went from projects here, you could link something like this, and then list a certain project. You could put a blog, whatever you kind of want to do. This is a good way to, I don't want to erase the beginning there. It's too good. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like drawing out one of these will help make the website or your portfolio. It'll make it so much simpler. Then, once you have what you think you need for that, it's time to bring it to life. Pick whether you want to use the website builder or whether you want to code it yourself, and go for it. I have listed a basic template. Feel free to add more. Feel free to take away from it.
After, can you do one from our sponsor Squarespace? Use code MGDC30 to get saved on checkout.
Sorry, do we need an account for this?
Somewhat. You can just punch in your email and it'll give you just like a verification code and then you're set.
Do you want an account?
Yes.
Go ahead.
As someone who's made so many cards, it's pretty easy. Like maybe 200 burning emails for this.
All right.
But it's fun, that's why.
Yeah, well, you need to sign up.
No.
There are a lot of website builders that you just prompt an AI and then it'll just make it for you.
I know you have
The
like
more descriptive you are, the better it'll look.
Alright, that makes sense. That's good.
Some of them are more or less just drag some stuff on and then it turn it into the code.
Did I type my password incorrectly?
We shall see.
But yeah, with the
Alright.
free card account.
Okay, you don't even have to verify. You only have to verify to be able to share.
Yeah. Which I mean, I guess makes sense, but I feel like they could have done this without being happy.
Do you want a template or do you want a blank?
Whatever you
Do you want a template or a blank?
template. No, blank. Let's start with scratch.
We'll start from scratch. Why
Can we
not?
make one? That's we're trying to ditch Qubit's portfolio. We have the assets. True. See, it's worth
So it gives you a nice little tutorial. All I got basically just tells you what to do. Just gonna do this. Just remember all of that.
You want Castle Tori?
Catherine and Tori, do either of you want to go through this?
What?
Do either of you want to show everyone how to do this?
Use card.
Or me. I was like, probably looking record. But yeah, the first time you log
Transfer the
in.
codes of my laptop to a new person.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. Well, the first time you use card, they would basically tell you with all these little labels, so you can see that there are elements you can add, undo, redo, preview animations is this button. Hi Casper. Hi. You can also switch to mobile view, that's important if you want to make sure your website is accessible across both platforms. And then publishing sites, so it's a little bit self-explanatory. So say that you got it. So first time you create a website, it will just bring you a very blank screen like this. If you want to add like elements, you just click this plus button and say that, I don't know, I just want to add like, text. It will just bring down stuff at the bottom, and then you can just type like whatever that is there. So let's say,
Okay, there's your markdown stuff.
Yeah, and then there's the markdown. So these are things that, it would help customize your text. So, it'd be easy as like, okay, if I want to like bold it, I'll use like double asterisk. That's usually the way to go.
And you'll see it's editing it as we go here too.
Yeah. So like, this is, I'm gonna say it's like I want to do italics. Italics is usually like underscore, so it's like I want to do italics. You just close it, and then it would just bring up that it's italics here. So, if you want to read in more, there would be like a little bit of that site or a tab that would just open up, and then you could just kind of read through it. It's a little bit of documentation. So, yeah, it's pretty easy for me to use for the first time. If you want to change like the colors and whatnot, you would just, go to here, and then it would just kind of change colors accordingly. You can also change the opacity as well. There's also for bolding, I think. I haven't really tested out to see like what that does. Oh, okay, so it changes like 4 different weights of the colors.
Damn, this is a lot more easier to use than the CSS.
Most of the sites, you just open it up and then you can play with literally anything and see what it does in real time.
I love card so much. This is so cool.
That's another thing. Wait,
That's why website builders exist.
Yeah,
So that you don't need.
so that's another thing is like the coding. One, it's impressive, but it's also a lot harder than just going on something like this, because this will also just look as good. Sometimes even website builders will actually look better than coded websites.
Yeah.
So like coding your website is just a flex. It's just a
Basically.
flex.
The only reason you need to code your own website is like if you're a programmer applying for a job that's related to websites, then you can use the portfolio
You're a front-end
itself.
developer. You want to show that.
Then you can use the portfolio itself as part of your portfolio. Other than that, if you're an artist, then you don't need to make your own website.
Also,
Although-
you get full control over everything.
Yeah, basically.
It's how much control do you really want over everything. So
Oh, yeah.
And with
But, like-
Card, for free, it has like a limit on elements and how many pages you can have. You can have a maximum of 3 pages per account, but you can just make like another account.
The
with a
burner
different
email?
Yeah, that's why I have like 5 emails.
Yeah, that's where the big crap done. But yeah, for free you can create up to 3, I believe.
And there's a maximum on how many elements you can put in.
Yes.
yeah. Whereas if you're coding it, it's just whatever you can figure out to do.
Nice.
You can also add patterns in the background and stuff too, so some of them can be animated. There's a lot of options you can go for. Oh, let's see.
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
It looks like eyeballs.
If you were using a website builder, I would probably recommend this one. So,
Wait, which ones have you used in the past? Did you never use them before? Did you use
okay,
Squarespace?
so when I first got into it, because I was learning how all the stuff worked, I wanted to see kind of what the difference was between coding one and using one. So around when I started coding these, Wix was very big.
Oh,
However, that one is type this into an AI and it prompts and codes it for you. Which, again, a lot of people, that's the same thing with like the base 44 and whatever else. Is while they are very popular, lots of people might not like it because of that, right?
because of the what?
Because of the fact that it's you're kind of prompting an AI.
Oh,
This
okay.
one is,
That's fair.
I mean, you're filling in templates and
Yeah.
changing all
And that's when you actually have a lot
details,
of creative control over it.
Yeah, you can save it. So yes.
But it's like this one, there's Wix. Like I've used a couple of them. So, just because it's fun to learn.
Yeah. There's a lot of
I can
ways.
see how it cuts.
Logan, go ahead.
The first one that I used as a website builder was called Weebly.
Oh, I've heard about that one. Yeah,
You
yeah,
have a tray on the side, and then you just drag and drop items into the page that you're on.
yeah.
And then you can like edit buttons with text and like where they go, like
So it's like a drag and drop kind of situation. So it's almost like the Scratch of website builders.
Do I have images?
I guess you could probably
I don't think.
say that.
I think the only thing I have is like screenshots of assignments.
I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna search your computer
Or
now.
maybe a
Will be a better term.
Don't
I'm
delete.
trying to think of what a better comparison would be.
Throw Spider-Man.
Yes.
That's fine.
You know how you like drag and drop items?
Wow.
All right. So, for those of you
Yeah,
paying
the drag and
attention,
drop,
It's like
images.
Prefabs and everything.
Not really dragging coding.
There we go.
Guys, I make Spider-Man. That's why it's on my portfolio.
Exactly.
So, being able to go into the image, changing the width, height.
I'm gonna just say, this already looks kind of better than Ryan's old website.
Well, that's a lot.
What?
It's not here.
It would have been funny if he came in the door when you
I
said.
think we need to cut that out of the video.
We can.
You don't want to anger the former president.
We don't need. We don't need.
And
to
your
incur, we
spirit.
don't need to incur
And
their
your
wrath.
Are you gonna?
But it's as long as you have the images, you can import them, and then you can change. You
I'm gonna
can
make a
crop
puzzle
them
of Spider-Man.
and change all these details.
Oh no, it's just a thing.
You can invert it, right?
Invert one.
Invert the card.
Invert one.
We're gonna pass for rewatch.
I don't think so.
Oh, it needs to be inverted.
Yeah, all the photo editing would have to be done before you put it in.
Okay.
Because it's just like the bounding box
Yeah.
that edits.
Yeah. That's pretty beautiful. Look, it's accessibility. It matters. Yes.
Any other questions? No?
Any questions?
Can I import fonts?
Ooh, I don't know if you can. Because right now it uses like Google fonts, which are like, that 6 inch long.
I mean, that is also typically the
lot.
place you grabbed it from. So.
Yeah, but in terms of uploading,
Yeah, there's
sticks.
Yeah.
it's
What-
Connor.
all
What's
pre.
the 3 dots?
I don't look at the list. I don't think you're gonna need to import all the ones.
Need it?
I need the Minecraft. Does it have
Zen dots.
Zen dots. Beautiful. Huh?
Does it have Century School Book? What is that?
Century, what? Sorry?
Wait, century or century?
Like turret or as in 100 years?
Century.
Parker, too much. Oh, no.
it'll be.
C, E, oh, wait. It's not.
Scroll out the way.
Let's
No,
see, A.
apparently not.
No.
What happens if you press the 3 dots at the bottom?
Yeah.
This one. Oh, this is just like,
Yeah, it's just general element settings.
yeah. Yes, so. It's a lot you can do, honestly. Just very nice.
Yeah.
There's buttons, there's links. You can add up to like 50 elements with a free account. So, just be very mindful of in terms of like how many things.
You'll also notice with the without it,
But
there are certain things that are locked because free account.
Is it a
Yeah.
monthly thing or just a one-time buy?
yeah,
Oh, true.
it's specifically like when you want to go more in depth with certain things.
I think it's monthly.
It's a one.
Also apparently monthly.
I think
0 Robux.
Well, there's a yearly. I think it's a yearly subscription actually.
Maybe.
It's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. It's like 11.
Typically, the website builders and stuff won't be too expensive.
Yeah.
Like they'll be fairly reasonable, and if one doesn't look reasonable for pricing, there will always be one cheaper.
It's not bad.
Yes.
Probably.
It's not bad.
And there's like a billion icons that you can choose.
There's some branded icons too.
Yeah, there's some brands like
Cool.
there's there's DuckDuckGo, there's Discord, there's a bunch of other Disney for some reason.
I worked at Disney. That's why it's on my portfolio.
What, you worked at Disney?
Or that works, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For copyright reasons, I'm gonna say that was a joke. I did not actually work at Disney.
Sure.
Please don't sue us if you watch this video on YouTube later.
Well, this is gonna come back to haunt us all.
Podcasts.
There was a
Is spacing on there?
There should be one icon for all of the like standard things, and then there's all the brands.
Yeah. How do you add links this?
There's only fans.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
OnlyFans icon.
Yeah, if you want
This
to
is a family friendly
How do I-
workshop.
People,
How do I add links?
I'll start posting things on video.
Well, it can be as simple as clicking whichever icon or button it be associated to it. Then you just go to this URL, and then you put your own URL here. Yeah. Whoa! I don't know where that's leading to.
That's right.
I wonder, what if we click on it?
Oh well, if only we could.
I recognize that
I don't
QW
think
for
we publish it now.
Well, if you click save, it'll let you do the test run. Right?
Website for MGDC. If it says it's not available, I
That would
just
have been crazy.
publish. Oh well, guess what? It's going to be
And then-
on the web.
Look how easy it was to publish that.
Go to test website for MGDC.
Yeah, you can click the view site and then see.
If you're
how
coding,
people
if you're
see
coding it yourself, it is a lot longer.
Wait, just
of a
click view
process.
site.
I have your site right here.
What?
Did it work?
The GitHub one.
Yeah, did it work?
Yeah.
But we got no good one. My bad.
Oops. Okay. Well, I don't know
this
why
one works.
is that.
Yeah, why?
This one doesn't.
That's not part of the plan.
Hey, Dom.
No, it's.
Yes.
Why don't you show them a QN site as an example?
Oh God, it's
Maybe we
like.
improve. Sorry, I meant like the game dev.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
You haven't showed that at all. But
Don't worry, we will.
You want to go to the MGDC?
Hey, ta-da.
Yes. Yes, this is made with card.
So,
Beloved.
going into the website, this is your landing page. It tells you who they are, a little bit about them, and you're able to see the projects like right away.
Yes.
It also has button states, which I love.
Right? It's interactable. And if we click on that one,
Oh, this one doesn't have a link. Oh, okay.
Right.
Give it a
click on the October. Click on October one.
Yeah. Hey, look at that little.
Now, if we click on,
Here.
if you click on it, it brings you, uses links, brings you to a different page, or externally.
Yes. So, you know, there's gonna be more as time goes. And then you can see the current example.
And then you're able to view like all the people or teams.
And all these buttons are leading to different like sites. So that's when the maximum of sites starts to become a problem with card.
Yeah. Actually, this is like almost down to like 50 minutes. So,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Oh no.
Yes. I'm making good use of my stuff. So, yeah. All the way. So, yes. There you go. Oh, there you have it.
We're both
Alrighty.
screwing off.
That's probably not, but it's really good.
Any other questions?
Great.
Well, now you can go ahead and try and make your own portfolio.
But your portfolio, while you're working on it, or when you get to certain stages, share it with the person next to you or other people. If you want to post your progress or what you've got by the end of the workshop or even the club meeting, whatever, you can post it in the submission presentation. And once you've actually got it up and going, feel free to put it in self-promotion to promote yourself. And then, yeah, if you don't want to share it with anyone but the executives, we do have our email here as well.
Yeah, so if you want feedback on it, then post it in either submission presentations or email it to us.
Wait, we have private consultation? What?
Yeah.
We've done this for every workshop.
We do this?
that is now aware.
Yeah,
Honestly, I wasn't.
we are here to help.
Clearly.
And yeah, if you're wanting to use a website builder, try experimenting. If you're wanting to code one yourself, there is a book up here you can reference.
Right.
Have fun.
Where's the free pizza?